What's up, guys? It's GG Game here, and welcome back to part 2 of our Nintendo Direct discussion. And of course, I'm joined by a few friends. We got up first Damien.
Hi.
EnchantedCelebi.
Hello.
Shadster.
I am your Lord and Savior.
No, you're not. TexasMan.
Howdy Nintendo fans, TexasMan Gaming here.
If you guys have not checked out part 1, the link to that will be down in the description below, as well as links to any and all channels, and if they have Twitter and all that stuff. All the social media you guys can find in the description. So feel free to check them out and issue each one of these guys a follow. So why not? Last time we stopped at the get new arms section, and we're gonna go pick up from there. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
Let's do this.
Alright, so it looks like the first thing we're showing off is the ranking system almost on versus. Okay, now, have any of y'all played Melee before?
No, I've not
Melee?
played Melee. No.
Or any kind of Smash game that has target blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played Melee.
That first portion, when you're punching the target, it looked like target blast to me.
I mean,
That might just be me though.
that's just mostly standard target practice in a lot of games. You see it in other types of games too.
It's interesting how they're actually allowing us to unlock arms that way. That's a very unique way to do it.
It is, but I think there is going to be a limiting factor to it in the fact that it will take, as you saw in the very beginning, it seemed like you gained some form of coins.
Either coins or experience or something like that.
Yeah, but it seems that I'm thinking it's coins because the way that it seems like it kind of looks like a yen. That's my idea there. So you only get a certain amount per fight, and depending on how well you do in the fight, you get more coins.
Yeah, that's how you get the money, is that's your prize.
Now, we also saw a glimpse that there is 3 different difficulties. Do you believe if depending on the higher the difficulty, the higher reward you'll be getting?
Well,
Yeah.
that's not it was the difficulty. It's based, you use your coin prizes to set a timer. You can get a short timer, so you have a less chance of getting more arms. Or you can set a higher timer to get more arms, but it costs more.
So like the Gold Rush feature that's in Smash Bros. 4. Or sorry, not Gold Rush, Trophy Rush.
Yeah, it's like that.
Definitely interesting, man. But I gotta wonder though,
Yeah.
was that the only way you can unlock arms, or is there another way?
No, I believe that they did say there was gonna be a way to unlock natural arms, like the ones that, like in the first part, how we went over the fact that each character has their own set of arms.
Yeah, that's the arms
I do
they
feel
start
like
with.
Yeah, the ones that you start with. So I do feel like you would unlock them instead of just completely starting with them. That you would unlock their main set through maybe a tutorial or some form of other event.
But seeing as there's so many arms that are available to us to use, I feel we're gonna spend a lot of time in here.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will be spending a lot of time because that's pretty much one of the only ways you can get the arms, I think. I don't think there's really any other way to unlock them. That's the way you're gonna be able to have to get them, except for the arms that you start with each fighter.
Now,
Yeah, I would definitely be grinding for arms during that.
And actually, speaking of grinding, Shadster, they actually mentioned if you get a duplicate of the same arm, that it's not a bad thing because it powers up the arms you already have.
Yeah, and that's how grinding will be one of the major things. If you just stay there and like for hours and hours at a time, getting duplicates and duplicates, you can literally buff up one pair of arms that you like a lot.
That's a good point, but I feel like the point that I made earlier with the coins, I feel like the grinding for the actual coins to go and grind for the arms, the simple fact that it has that little Mortal Kombat based thing where you have to go and fight through 10 people just to get to the final portion. I feel like it's gonna be fun and challenging at sometimes, so it'd be more of a fun type of grinding.
Only where grinding is more tedious than anything else.
Definitely.
Damien, do you have any thoughts?
Hmm?
Do you have any thoughts on the arms, unlocking them, and stuff like that?
Well, not really anything. I like it because if you get duplicates, it makes your arms that you already have stronger. And yeah, that's basically it.
Okay. But it makes me have to wonder though, when specifically we're able to boost them up, is obviously there's going to be a limit, but how much stronger can we really make them? Is it only allowed one boost, or is it up to like 3 or 4?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there is.
We don't know much about how many boosts we can add to it. As well, we don't
3
know
would make the
exactly.
most sense.
Is it 3?
Yeah, 3 would make the most sense, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Not to mention, we don't know exactly how much what each upgrade does. Of course, it upgrades in power, but does the side effect increase? Or is there something else that happens? We don't know exactly too much behind the upgrades. All we know is if we get a duplicate, it powers it up. We don't know much detail exactly what all it changes.
It increases the attack power, basically, as it showed.
Yeah, we know that for a fact, but it makes me kind of wonder.
What I'm wondering is how much is it? Like if it powers up like a little bit or like busts it like a lot. I'm wondering that.
So what is now? I'd like to lose the train of thought. My freaking computer's acting up, but. I'm trying to think. It's like, do you now? We know each arms are going to be powered up and stuff like that. Do you think there'll be like not so much variance of each arm, but do you think there'll be like a different color scheme for each arm?
I mean, that's technically what each
I would think that,
ability is.
you know, each arm already.
In the first part that we did, as we were starting to look at all the arms, there were different versions of it for the different attributes. I mean, that's setting a different color scheme for them, and that's how they're gonna make it so there's millions of possibilities and combinations with the arms. They're gonna be the very similar arms, they're just gonna have different attributes.
So little subtle changes here and there.
Yeah, I would think like until arms like ice arms, they would be like, you know, you can freeze your enemies a lot faster and them slow down.
Yeah, definitely freeze and like I think dealing with like paralysis or something like that. It will be, I personally out of the side effects, I would do those two will be most effective.
Yeah.
Being able to
So, like,
stun your opponent and freeze them.
So yeah, like getting duplicates of them will help you a heck of a lot.
But it could also be though, if you have two of the same attribute, it could weaken the attribute at the same time. We don't know for sure.
Yeah, true.
It's kind of like how in Splatoon, where you like, if you stack too much equipment, eventually it's not going to help you. It'll end up hindering you. I think you can speak from experience on that one, Shadster. To an extent, you have more experience than most of us here. Okay, Shadster seems. Yeah.
It's like if you add too much damage up, it loses the actual value. So it's like the same thing in arms.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they added that little trick to arms. It's like, oh, you can power up this, you can do this, this, and this, but if you keep doing this, it's going to hurt you rather than help you. And on that note, actually, it showed when it showed the damage difference between the boosted arms and the not normal arms. The boost wasn't even that much. It was like 10 points extra.
Yeah.
Those 10 points can matter in the end.
True. But it makes me think, though, that if it's 10 for the first one, would it either be 10 for the other two, or would it be decreased upon each one, so you wouldn't get a very significant boost? Because then again, because everyone would be running like the maximum power on each one if that wasn't the case.
I feel like the maximum power of each arm is going to depend on each, well, individual arm. Because if you see more of the heavy arms, they're going to have a higher base power, but they might end up getting a hindrance to them where they get slower. They'll have an increase in power, but they'll also be slower. I don't know if that's what they're planning with it, but that's just one theory.
Okay. It's definitely a good theory at that. I cannot denounce that. Any closing thoughts on the arms themselves before we move on to the fighters? We have background noise.
Yeah, like they were saying, as we saw from the trailer here, this whole direct, we've seen the many different diverse arms and everything, like the many different versions. Like there's a difference between the Slamamander and the Slapamander, different colors, but they do different things as well. I believe it's the different elements too. And there's also like the dragon and the ice dragon too. They definitely do different things, it's fire and ice, like that. So they're definitely getting diverse with the fighters as well as with the arms.
That's definitely something to know, especially because I personally like the fire dragon, but then when I saw the ice dragon, that makes that's just. I don't know. It's not that I didn't expect it. It's like it just fits.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And I'm glad they do it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they have more of that plan for future. Because we'll talk more about this later. But as they mentioned, they have plans for more to add more down the line after the game's release.
Yeah, it's kind of like Splatoon and stuff where they added more weapons and everything.
So, any final thoughts before we move on to the fighters?
I personally like the whole idea of the dragons, and I can't wait to see what personally the arms themselves are very interesting, and I think there are certain attributes that'll be more broken than others, like stun. I feel like stun is either going to need a huge nerf. Like if you combo with a stun and ice, your opponent's going to be rarely getting up. If you can just keep getting on them, keep hammering them.
That is true, but it doesn't appear that you're able to stack two different attributes at the same time. Because you only have access to one attribute in a match.
I feel that Nintendo's also doing, or whoever the developers are also doing a very good job balancing out the game. Because I see they're really balancing out the fighters very well too. So I'm pretty sure they'll do that for the arms as well.
Especially with the test plans coming out, that's something that we're going to take a lot of data from that too.
Oh yeah.
So we'll go ahead and move on to the Fire Part 2. Let's go ahead and find out what the attributes of these other new characters as we start off with Ribbon Girl. What are y'all's thoughts on Ribbon Girl?
Rule 43 or 34.
Please keep this PG as much as possible, Shadster.
Well, it seems to be she's more athletic, and it's like somewhat the opposite of Ribbon, of the
Springman?
manly version. Yeah, Springman. And she seems to be like the counterpart to Springman, is all I can really say.
Yeah.
Kind of, that's what I made the reference to Mario and Springman, and looking at, and this might be completely obvious, but it looks like for Ribbon Girl, it's a very close match you compete against Smash 4.
Yeah, I can see
She's a
that.
very quick and light fighter that seems to have the ability to float in the air or get a second jump at least.
Yeah, and we did notice though, this is I can only remember Springman off the top of my head, and he had the fire attribute, and that Ribbon Girl had the stun attribute. Now, of course, there's no guarantee that you do cure to each fighter, but I mean, that's definitely something that's what they'll start out with. That's what they're known to have at the very beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you all feel that the stun attribute for Vertigo and herself is beneficial for it, or do you think it'll be more of a hindrance?
With how fast she moves, it really wouldn't really matter in the end. Because, I mean, I guess you could, in the way that she moves, she's a quick fighter. So, I guess stunning your opponent, because she appears to be favorable to lighter arms. I mean, I guess that could be seen as valuable, because you can knock them down and continue to hit them.
But it also can hindering to an extent if you're fighting against like a character like Mechanica or Master Mummy who can take a lot of hits. It seems like it's more of a fighter versus fighter kind of situation with her. It's like
Right. That's where I feel like the multiple arms comes in, where you can mix and match.
Any other thoughts, TexasMan, Shadster?
Definitely is like the more, floaty, as you said. Floaty as in can kind of fly, per se, because you can get extra jumps in the air. It's kind of like maybe Kirby, because Kirby floats as well. And it keeps going higher and higher, like in Smash.
I can say that most of the characters, such as Living Girl, do require a lot of maneuvering around your opponent, and some of them just don't have you move at all and be more immobile and standing still to take more hits.
So do you feel, Shadster, that each arms character is catered to a certain type of playstyle for each player?
Yeah, definitely. Some of them, moving around. Some of them you just stand still, take the hits. Or some of them you just use your abilities to your advantage, your attack as your skills.
So there's definitely a lot more strategy that comes with arms than it does with that of doing a Smash, what do you think?
Yeah, and just as Raven Girl versus Springman, I would see it as basically your arms would be a bigger part of it, and I don't think out of Raven Girl versus Springman there would be a bigger change of character or whatever. You might have a few abilities here and there, but there's nothing that can change the actual fight with arms.
Yes, it appears from what we can tell, Raven Girl and Springman are mostly the two standard fighters of the Arms franchise. One being the only difference being one being lighter than the other.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, Celebi and Damieon?
Nothing that's already been said. I agree with most things that have been said. Yes.
Okay. So we pretty much come to closure on Raven Girl, which is more than I expected, to be honest, but
Yeah, I mean, it's something new. We knew Ribbon Girl since basically the Nintendo Switch reveal back in January. So
yeah, she's always been. She's kind of always not been of a must mystery for us. One of the ways she has you gotta echo. Got bad.
yeah.
But a character that was recently. Okay, that goes bugging me. Let me ask Echo, please take care of it. Is it still there? Okay, looks like it's gone. I apologize for anyone who's hearing echoes. Back on track. We have a character that was recently released in the form of let's see, I'm going to probably butcher this name. It's Min Min.
No, that's right.
Okay, I'm bad with names, so I had to make sure. And what comes with Min Min, it seems we also get. This is where we get the person introduced to the Fire Dragon armor.
Yeah. Basically kind of her signature, as her left arm can actually turn into like a dragon and power up that dragon arm a lot.
Yeah,
Now, I personally think. Sorry, ZG.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
I personally think that Min Min is gonna be personally is one of my favorite characters because I like the way that she handles in game, whereas from what we can see so far at least.
Yeah.
She's definitely an interesting playstyle, from what I can tell.
Yep, and also her arms appear to be made out of ramen.
Made out of rock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That seems to be like the main characteristics of Min Min. Having the
For some reason, I love. They look like noodles, but I didn't put two and two together. Okay then. Yeah, I'm hungry.
I just personally like ramen.
That's
When I
good
see
job.
this character playing, she seems like a very diverse character because one of her starting arms is a very heavy arm, which is very interesting to see for such a light character.
I personally wouldn't say she's much of a light character, as more she could be more so of a medium weight, to be honest. She's able to handle that dragon on pretty efficiently. And it doesn't seem like it takes too much. Now, I think Celebi, you're the one who you favor Min Min, correct? That's what you said.
Yes, I do favor Min Min.
Now, you said that it was basically because of the dragon and also in ramen. Is there any other particular reason why you favor Min Min over the other characters?
Like I said, she seems like a fairly light character, though I guess she could be seen as more of a medium weight class, because the way that the reason I think she's light is because she seems like a mixture of that the ninja guy. Sorry, I don't know the name.
Ninjara?
Ninjara, yes, Ninjara and a Springman.
Okay. Not a comparison I would expect, but I mean, I can definitely see it. Any other thoughts on Min Min? Not at all. Don't everyone think at once.
As I can see, actually that left arm she has, it can turn to like a dragon arm, but you don't have to have the dragon arm like on that left arm. Like, as you can see in the direct there, I saw it with like the ram is used with the powered up with the dragon arm. So I think that dragon arm does increase the attack, but I think it increase any arm that's on that arm. You know, if you know what I mean. Like, it'll increase the attack.
So you feel as though it gets a certain arms get a certain boost from being on that particular arm?
Yeah.
Do you care to elaborate a little bit more on that to those who are confused?
Alright, so as I said before, when Min Min was first announced, they talked about how her left arm can turn into a dragon. Not sure how it activated, but probably after being hit, taking lots of damage. But yeah, the left arm can turn into a dragon. As seen with the first, her first announcement, we just saw it with the dragon arm, powered up by the noodles turning into a dragon, like scales and everything. But as you see here, I see it paired with a ram and not just a dragon arm. So I'm wondering if the dragon arm, her dragon arm can empower up any arm that's on that left arm, not just the dragon.
It definitely makes sense.
That works, yeah.
And it's interesting to note that when you mentioned the Ram, as it's sort of noted in the corner of it, the Ram, I'm not sure if it's just Min exclusively, but the Ram has a fire attribute attached to it.
Yeah.
So, and what the dragon that she normally runs with is the fire one as well. It does allude to the fact that could potentially boost the attack.
Yeah, maybe at the Dragon boost really the fire type attacks, maybe. I could see that, maybe.
Well, not only that, but it seems like since we know that the fire dragon and the Ram that she's running with both fire attribute could potentially like have a boost just because you have two attributes of the same type.
Oh yeah, that could be interesting.
They don't
That
really
does
allude
seem
to
to
that
make a
much.
lot of sense.
She's actually, I think she's one of the first one of the few fighters that we see that has an attribute, the same attribute on both of her arms. At least that I've noticed, at least. I could be wrong. If I am, please correct me.
I believe you're right, ZG. I believe you're right.
I don't think they talked too much about that. Any extra boost if you're using the same elements. Unless they did talk about that briefly in the elements part of the video. But I believe they haven't really said much about that.
Alright. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they don't or do it. Or don't do it or don't. I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter. But it would make sense if they did.
Yeah, I can see how that makes some a lot of sense.
Any thoughts on Min Shadster that has not already been discussed? Shadster? Apologies if this was acting up right now. Shadster.
Shadster.
Unprofessional.
So apparently Shadster's here, but he's not. That's quite unfortunate. This is kind of awkward.
Sorry, everyone watching on demand.
On demand. Yeah, like you act like we're on DVR or something.
No, like that's pretty much the terminology for it. If it's on demand, like people are watching it whenever they want. They just click on the video.
Okay. Say terminology that I'm not even familiar
Yeah,
with.
it's either live or on demand.
Well, it does appear Shadster is not with us at the moment. We're gonna move on, and when Shadster does return, we'll get his thoughts on the characters up to where we are. So, all right then. Moving on to an awkward character that has two different names. DNA Man as in Japanese, or in English, Helix.
Helix is one of the characters that I just like, because I like the whole idea that they tried to create an arms fighter, or try to make it so they could create more arms fighters. It's just a very interesting character overall.
Yeah, when I first saw this fighter, I was just really interested. I wonder why. But yeah, he seems to be a really good fighter. Very stretchy, very flexible. I can see how he can be a very evasive fighter. Kind of more on the dodge and roll type. You know what I mean?
Cringe.
He's definitely one of the fighters that I'm gonna have to try out, because I love evasion tactics in games. It's so fun.
I can just tell I'm gonna just regret ever fighting him online. I just know it. But
I mean, it's not the real dodge roll like in Smash, but I mean, he can move his body kind of evading punches and stuff. So, but I'm pretty sure that it's easy to direct your arms to attack him unless he's really fast. But it looks like he is. So.
Another thing that's interesting about him is how he said he's able to move. He's able to shrink down to like close to the floor and dodge other attacks where other characters are not able to do so.
Yeah, I don't know if I think you still be able to hit him there. I can see that right now. He can go down like into a puddle. I don't know if he has lots of I think he has lots of evasion with that. I don't think he can actually like, dodge getting damage, you know? It's just another one of his ways to evade all attacks.
And a couple interesting things about DNA or Helix or DNA Man, however you wish to, whatever you wish to call him, is with the particular arms that he is showcased with. One of the ones being the Blorb, which actually has a, I guess you get a Splatoon effect too, where you put a little splatter of ink on your opponent's screen, make it hard for them to see.
Yeah, it's like the blooper arms.
The blooper arm of Bloop. What is this? They're mixing freaking Splatoon and Mario Kart with arms now?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Maybe.
I mean, Ribbon Girl and Ringman from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't be surprised, but we're not here to talk about Mario Kart 8. We're here to talk about DNA Man and his Blorb.
Yeah.
That sounds so weird to say. Blorb.
Yeah. Yeah, I found his arms very interesting. All three of his arms, his signature ones that he starts out with, they're really interesting, as you said, right, the Blorb. But the next one here is the Ice Dragon, as we talked about before. Kind of like the Fire Dragon, but definitely a different element that makes the Dragon arm a lot more varied and unique.
What's also interesting to note is there's a clip of him having two Ice Dragon arms. So that does also say that you're able to freeze two times as more in the match. It's not shown for very long, but he's able to use both Ice Dragon, which, as you guys have mentioned, alluded to before, it can be rather obnoxious.
Yeah.
Oh, is Shadster back now?
Yep.
Yep, apparently.
Okay, so we're gonna differ from DNA Man for a moment. And Shadster, is there any thoughts on Min Min that you wanted to bring up that you didn't get a chance to?
I thought. Oh, I don't know if you heard me, but Min Min not really interesting towards me, but like she adds diversity to the cast or whatever.
I am slightly offended.
I mean, they have to have that Japanese food cameo in there somewhere.
Are they low-key trying to promote ramen when you're playing ARMS? Oh, you're playing Min Min. Oh, time to eat. Time to go eat some ramen.
Eat that ramen.
Well, ramen is delicious, so...
I can't argue that. It's definitely good, but I'm gonna stop talking about this. We're on Helix, Shadster. If you have any thoughts on Helix or DNA Man, however you wish to pronounce his name. Discord, please stop messing up. I apologize if you guys are able to hear Shadster, but on our ends we cannot. I personally cannot. So if he is talking, I do apologize.
No, I don't hear anything right now.
I mean, when we did a test, it picked him up regardless.
If Shadster does not end up doing so well, maybe he can just type in chat and one of us can relay what he's saying.
Can work.
I don't know what's going on.
That's just Discord.
Yeah.
Yay, Discord.
Alright, Celebi, any thoughts on Helix?
Like I said, I like the whole background idea of him, and I love evasion tactics. Now, what I noticed is that it seems like he's a very fast evader. He's a somewhat defensive character, but he won't be able to take a very strong hit. So he's like a... Honestly, I don't know who to compare him in Smash. I haven't played every single character. ZG, do you know any character that he'd be related to?
I'm trying to see. All of them. Seeing as he has high mobility, I could see him mixed up a little bit between Little Mac to an extent, and potentially even Zero Suit to almost. Because Little Mac having very good ground mobility, but he seems to have higher mobility when he's moving around in the air.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
I would see Helix's dodge moves as more of like any counter from any of the Fire Emblem characters, really.
Okay. Is there any particular Fire Emblem character that comes to mind, or just overall?
Just overall, really, because you're dodging more of the attacks and waiting for a good opening.
That's you in some cases with Mars and stuff. We're not really going to talk about that. I can talk all day about Smash, I'm telling you. But we mentioned the Ice Dragon and the Blorb. I swear that's a weird name. The third arm that Helix gets access to is the Guardian.
This is like one of my favorite arms. I really was really fond of this arm. Definitely, it's definitely a shield. Hopefully they have more arms like this. I can definitely see them doing a lot of very cool variety and detail with more shield arms like this one.
The Guardian's the main reason why I feel like Helix is more of a defensive character, but he can't take a hit. So he has a outside arms and a shield that can, that can block a hit. Now I feel the shield arm itself will be a little bit stronger than a normal, I think it might be a medium arm, as I kind of feel like it's a medium heavyweight or medium weight arm. So I feel like you could use that to block a heavyweight arm instead of just the normal medium cancel out. So I feel like that has a slightly more buff to it, to the point where it can block a heavyweight arm.
Yeah, I can see that.
It also seems when as we got an excerpt of Helix versus Springman, Springman hits the shield and doesn't seem to take any nothing from it, but he's able to use his blow as a counter over the shield, and then it looks like the shield comes in for an attack immediately after. Seeing as the shield has a slower attack rate than that of the other arms, from what I can tell.
The Blorb attacking?
No, the Guardian, the actual shield. It seems like it attacks later than the other arms that it uses, being the Ice Dragon and the Blorb. If that makes any sense.
I'm trying to look at the video here too. But yeah, as you were saying, with hitting with the arm, like blocking with the Guardian, hitting with the other arm, definitely a good strategy, I think, for both defending and attacking as well.
I mean, it's definitely noticed that Helix is able to utilize the shield quite a bit. I'm just curious as to see how other characters are going to be able to utilize the same arm, since Helix seems to be more of a defensive player. I'm curious if more like offensive characters and run arms can actually utilize it and what they can do with it. That'd be an interesting arm at that.
Yeah.
Celebi, any thoughts?
Nothing that hasn't already been mentioned.
Now, apparently Shadster's Discord's acting up, so I do believe he will join us here in a little bit once he gets things fixed. So when he does, we will reintroduce him and stuff like that, but we're on to either the Ice Climbers or the Rosalie Lua of arms that I am not happy he's in here. I swear if he played like any of those two, I swear.
It's RoboCop.
It's Bite and Borrow. What?
It's bark. Bite and bark.
Oh.
With a Q.
What are they trying to do? Take a bite out of crime or something? What the heck? Oh my. Okay, please enlighten us on your guys' thoughts, because I'm not sure if they want to hear my triggerness right now.
Alright, well, we can reuse to the end for your rant on Bite. Unlike ZG, I think out of all the fighters, at least the new ones that were announced in this direct, Bite and Bark was definitely my favorite out of them. Not for the Is definitely an interesting character with the police robot type thing and the little dog robot that helps you. I mean, the dog robot is definitely a pushover per se. You can like knock it with a few hits and it'll be stunned, and it won't work for a long while. But definitely interesting character duo, 2-in-1. Definitely interesting fighter. So I can't wait to try it out. I'm definitely gonna. Hopefully, it's at the test fire, which again is as if this recording is tomorrow. Starts tomorrow. So hopefully I can try it out.
I see you, TexasMan, breaking the fourth wall. Celebi, any thoughts?
Yeah, I got an interesting insight on this. As like Texas said, the Luma of this duo seems to be taken out pretty easily. So for you, that's good news for you, ZG. It should not be very triggering at all when you fight him.
Hopefully, and hello, Shadster, you joining us again? Are you good?
I think so. Is my voice fine?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Texas, please don't say what the character is. I'm no remember your name again. I don't. If I do.
Bite and Dark.
That's who we're on right now. Shadster, do you have any tips in this duo?
Now this is more interesting than this Min, but this duo concept is really cool.
This was Twitch. This was Twitch. This was Twitch. This was Twitch. I'm just gonna. I'll lay down the rest real quick. I'm not a fan of the character, mostly because I've had ill experiences with Rosalie Luma. Not so much with five climbers, but I've seen what they're able to do, and I've dealt with Rosalie Luma. I'm hoping this character is different and will make me like two characters in one again. But I'm not looking. There's not much hope for that at this point, so there's a good chance I won't touch him or want to fight any of him.
There's one more feeling that I get from it. I feel like this is a Mega Man and Rush kind of team, where I believe Mega Man's up special and Smash is where he gets a boost from Rush.
Yes.
I did notice that there is something in that where he jumps off of Bark.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was really cool. How you can. It seems to be it's going to be the only character that with the actual duo set where you can use the AI to jump off and actually attack and get some type of advantage.
Yeah, because I wonder why they put that in though. I wonder if like Bite, I don't know which one's Bite or Bark. I think it's Bite is the robot, not the dog. Bark is the dog, I think. It may be because Bite doesn't have the most high, like the highest jumping, height out of any fighter. Probably has the least height for jump. So that's probably why they added kind of this extra detail into this fighter, where you can use the dog robot as a pedestal.
I would like to. Sorry, Z.
You go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Alright, I did notice something quite interesting about I believe his third arm. It has no attributes.
Oh, yeah.
I see. Yeah, I do. I see what you mean. The bug.
There's no attribute for that, so that means there are arms when there are arms without attributes. But in this, it does say that it inflates when charged. So does that mean that it goes from a whatever weight it is up to a higher weight, or become lighter? Like, there's a lot of possibilities with this.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like if it changes weight, you could hit with like a medium kind of weight arm, or you could inflate it and make it a heavy arm, like a megaton or a megawatt. It's very interesting.
Yeah, you become more unpredictable with it.
It's not so much. It's a tad of unpredictability, but it also, like we said in the first part, it develops more into the strategy of the game, because sometimes a lighter weighted punch could work, but in the same situation, a heavier weighted punch could even do better. It's something you just gotta assess the situation and go from there. But that's most fighting games in general. Just assess the situation and choose the option that you feel that best fits it.
Yeah.
It gives you variety about it and different choices to think about how to attack and whatever.
It's definitely an interesting duo. I'm not a fan, but hopefully, if I see more gameplay of this character, it might change. No hope. There's not much hope for that. I probably triggered a lot of people in these comments, but I really don't care. This character just, if you ever. Just why? I believe one of the final characters that they showed is coming up with okay, well, I just missed her name. Where is that?
It's Twintail.
Twintail?
Yep.
Alright. Everyone has arms. So the arms is actual arms. Her arms is her hair. That's already a plus.
So it's hairs now.
Yeah, so the game. Sorry guys, we're not talking about arms, we're talking about hair. Hairs.
Hairs.
Or for her case, pigtails.
Well, it reminds me of someone. I don't know who.
Is there a particular game you're thinking about?
Smash.
Is it
Zero
Zero
Suit Samus?
Samus?
It's Bayonetta.
Oh, of course. $5.99.
I forget about Bayonetta.
You $5.99 scrub.
Okay. So here's my logic with Twintail and stuff with her hair. So if it seems to be, she might be the Bayonetta of arms. It's gonna come with a lot of combos, and she does come with the guard, the shield of an arm. So she might be defense and offense at the same time.
It definitely appears that she has a lot of aerial mobility similar to that of Spring. It's like, I think, like you said, it's like Bayonetta of arms.
Ribbon Girl.
Oh, Spring Girl. Why did I say that? Oh my god, I just said that. I mixed. Oh my god.
Nice fusion.
Oh, I totally have a give a freaking fusion on the screen right now. But Ribbon Girl. But I'm gonna be eating them for that. I'm gonna be eating them so hard for that. But we're gonna go. I guess we can look at her three arms that she has access to, which is first one is Chilla. But it looks like it's like an iced fist.
Yeah, it's kind of like the basic fist, like the toaster, and I forgot what the electric one is, but yeah, that's basically just the regular type of fist, but it adds a ice kind of element to it.
So basically a frozen toaster oven.
Yes.
That's the exact opposite of a toaster oven, but okay.
I said it's a frozen toaster oven. Eat your frozen bread.
Yeah.
And that parasol though. the next arm there, the parasol.
Is that the shield?
Yeah, it's like the shield type thing. It's really interesting though, because it looks like it's an arm that you can pull forward and it can actually damage fighter.
And so they actually.
Now.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, if it's able to damage, that just goes back to, her being defense and offense at the exact same time, being hard to get in close without actually hitting the defense and then getting hit by the offense.
And in the note they say with the parasol, it's a stylish way to defend.
I, for some reason, actually really dislike this character. I don't know if it's just her attitude in the game or what. I just dislike her.
Is it because you don't like Bayonetta?
I mean, I never really got a chance to actually use Bayonetta or go up against mini Bayonetta while I was playing Smash, but I don't know. I don't get why, but She just seems like a less favorable character to me.
I mean, everyone has their favorites, and it's nothing to know anyone having their opinions on particular characters. So I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. That's what matters. If you don't like the character, that's more power to you. I don't like the bargain buy, so.
Yeah.
Right, I actually can see how Shadster feels now and disliking Min Min. Like a TexasMan.
Now, the last one of our arms that we actually have access to seeing is the Thunderbug. Which, why is it allowed? It looks like a plane. Putting it out there. Looks like an actual airplane.
Wow. What next? Is it a bird as well?
It's Zapdos.
Oh. Zapdos, get out of the game. Get out of the game. We do not need you paralyzing, hacking everything. It's back. It has a stun attribute added to it. So, that makes it even worse.
Literally what the attributes are. You got Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno for the Ice, Fire, and Stun.
Yeah, I believe there's a Phoenix too. I think Masterman we had the Phoenix.
Good point.
So yeah, another variation of the bird arm.
Bird is the word.
The bird is never the word, ZG. The bird is only
Talk
the
to
word.
Peter Griffin. Peter Griffin says otherwise.
The bird is only the word. When the bird is Dodrio.
We don't talk about that.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So I do believe that's all the characters that we know about at this current date and time, unless, of course, there is still a little bit of time before the game comes out, we can potentially get more characters released. But do you guys think, do you think they'll add any more characters? This before release?
Yes.
I think they might. Right now, I think we're at 10. Yeah, I think we're at 10 characters right now. I could see them doing probably about 12, 14. That's definitely a good number to have.
Before the release, no, I don't see any characters being added before the release because we have that one final shot right before it switches over, where they have all the current fighters gathered together. Like they show every single one of them, and they all pop up in a group. Now, there wouldn't be really any point in going through to remodel and animate all of that again, unless they're really trying to hide something.
It's Nintendo. Why are they? Why don't they try and hide anything from us? We always find something out somehow, some way. And of course, the next part we got to discuss is something I'm very interested in. Is the battle modes for ARMS itself.
Battle modes are going to be very interesting, I can already tell that.
And why, of course, the first one to start off is the Grand Prix. Why is that Mario Kart in Splatoon? Why is Mario Kart at ARMS? Why are we adding the Grand Prix?
You got that crossover.
Oh my god. If I see Mario in my arms, I'm done. I am done.
Wait. I just realized there is a homing attack. There are homing arms in this. So that's basically the blue shell.
Oh. Nintendo, I'm gonna need to talk to you.
It's like ARMS is a combination of Mario, Sonic, Link, Splatoon, Mario Kart. Like, what else?
Link?
All this business.
Punch Out.
God. It's all Nintendo games put into one, basically.
So Smash Bros.
It's the arms. It's Super Smash Arms or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, of course, the Grand Prix. It's now normally in like especially from Street Fighter, you go through fight. We have story mode. You go through and fight each character. Or fight as different characters throughout the game. But apparently with ARMS, you only choose one. But it doesn't seem you just fight characters. You go through each of the different different modes, being like where Shadster's favorite, being able to dunk people into hoops. Like it just like goes through every little thing, and a very interesting thing though that I'm gonna cover it out because I have it on screen is this interesting fighter that you meet in the Grand Prix.
Yeah, it's like the end kind of fighter that you have to do before you win.
No, it's not so sure. It's the final battle now. Is this is like a mini boss, the big boss? Who knows? I mean, we don't know for sure.
My guess is that it's Brigman's father. I'm getting this from Tekken. And though anyone who knows what that game series is, basically I believe the original final boss was the central, I forget what his name is, but he was his father, and that's what they found out. That's what I can kind of see that's going on here. It could kind of get interesting with that.
I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. Now, of course, we don't know who this fighter's name is or anything about him. But do you guys believe if you were to, let's say, beat the boss and everything, do you believe he'll be unlocked as a character to play as in ARMS?
Definitely.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
With already the homage to Mario Kart, and when you beat the Grand Prix in Mario Kart 8, you unlock the Mii characters, and when you complete all of them, you get the gold card. It makes sense that the final boss would be playable.
I feel like to unlock him, you would need to beat the entire Grand Prix with every single one of the original characters. That's if they add DLC later on.
Yeah, I think I can see that. That makes a lot of sense.
I can most definitely see that happening.
Because then it would end the fighter at the end there. Would be like the ultimate prize for doing that. Kind of like unlocking all the Smash characters through battle, or unlocking all the gold parts in Mario Kart, or all the characters to race with in Mario Kart.
Now, something interesting to know about this mysterious boss fight is that his arms come with at least one of them at the very least comes with the fire attribute, because we see that when it's fighting and then he gets burned. Now, personally, when I look at this arm that this boss is using, I don't recognize it.
There are a lot of arms that I'm guessing that we have not seen yet. That's why there's so many possible combinations. I'm pretty sure there are about, my best guess would be about 10 to 12 arms that we have not seen yet. I know that's a lot of arms, but that's my prediction.
I definitely get that. I definitely get that.
Yeah.
Obviously, this may be one of the eyes, and hopefully, either before the game releases or when the game actually comes out, we'll find out more about him. Hopefully beforehand, though, so we just understand who the boss is and a little bit more about him. Because I'm kind of curious as to see what we can do, what all this boss has to, what he has to offer, and just stuff like that. 'Cause it's definitely it looks tough. Like it's not like Master Mummy tough, but tough.
Yeah. Probably another heavy fighter to add to the roster.
Yeah, and apology, I think it does look appear that Shadster's Discord seems to be acting up yet again. But he will join us back here momentarily once he gets fixed.
Rest in peace, Shadster.
Can we get 3 dots in the chat in the comments for Shadster's Discord?
This man needs some help. I believe his Discord's crashing so much because he hated on Min Min.
Be careful. Your Discord might crash because you were hating on Twintel.
The wires have turned into noodles.
Fair.
Well, until Shadster returns, we'll be going to move on, and hopefully you join us back and forth along. And the next part is Party Match.
Mario Party?
Please no. At least not Mario Party 10.
I'm definitely getting some kind of crazy party mode with this. Not as insane as I'd say Mario Party, but something similar to the way that it works in other games, such as the Mario and Sonic franchise, where you have a bunch of random characters. Like you get in just a huge group and just go and do a bunch of mini games for fun. And there's also appears random battle modes as well with it.
And I believe Shadster has rejoined us.
Yep. And hopefully it sounds a lot better.
Welcome back, Shadster.
So we just finished up talking about the boss, and now we're on party match now, Shadster.
Okay. The party match is, I do like how you can group up with friends and whatever and do 2v2s. That seems pretty interesting.
The fact that you can actually connect up to 10 Nintendo Switches in one lobby.
Let's do the math real quick. Let's do $300 times 10. That's yeah, that's $3,000 right there.
No, I think it's gonna be more internet-based, and with the Nintendo Switch, it's gonna be a large, wide group thing because it is the new handheld. And there are a lot of, and soon you'll be able to buy separate docking stations for I'm guessing, a much cheaper price than the actual. So I don't really see an issue with price with the Nintendo Switch and the huge fact that the lobbies.
Yeah.
And if they're gonna do lobbies, they better get that online service free trial up. That's all I gotta say.
They did announce the free trial was going to be through the rest of 2017, and then they're going to start charging, I think, $25 for it per month.
I think they said free trial starts in the summer, which is when ARMS and Splatoon 2 are coming out. So hopefully it starts around whenever either one of those two games comes out. And then it says they're going to start charging in the fall of 2017.
Yeah.
So once we that's announced, then we can discuss that ourselves on another discussion video.
And I have a lot to say about that because, dang.
I mean, the price, the 25 isn't set yet. It's just rumored.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll find out more about that as we go further down in the year.
Yeah, and that would be a major deciding factor on if you should get the Switch in the first place.
I mean, I'm getting the Switch regardless. They've already got my Nintendo Switch. I don't care if they have to pay for it online. As long as it's decent, then I can still connect. I'm happy.
Yeah, if there's a Switch, if there's a Smash port, then he's definitely hooked.
Oh yeah, so there's a Smash port. They already got my money once it came to Mario Odyssey, ARMS. But yeah, Smash port, Nintendo. Just give me a dang console already.
Nintendo, shut up, Nintendo, and just take my PS4. I do not want my PS4. Just give me
Take my Wii U. Give me a Switch.
Take my life savings.
Take my Celebi blush, my pride and joy. Just give me the Switch.
You would do that? Oh my god.
Dang.
Now, as something they noticed on the screen that I have currently, 2 players on each Switch, 20-player lobby. They have to have a good connection for that.
Definitely. We can have Smash as a good example. The 4 players in even one lobby, that is terrible connections all the way around. And when people try saying 8-player Smash should be an online thing, it will even be a worse thing. But with 20 players in one lobby for ARMS, that's gonna be everyone has to have a LAN adapter or perfectly good internet.
I feel like the 20-person lobbies would be more for LAN, as in huge parties. Because okay, be honest. How many people do you know in real life with a Nintendo Switch? You can go to their house and they have a Nintendo Switch.
One.
I know 2.
You lucky gun.
I know one guy.
I know one guy. He's in this call. TexasMan. Now, one thing to know on the party match is the league decides where you go. You don't have any choice on where you end up. The league decides where you end up, and what matches you're involved in. It could be a one-on-one, it could be a team match, it could be a freaking Dunk City with Shadster. Who even knows?
It's like that Smash tour where you go in different modes too, with against everyone else.
I kept continue watching, and it appears that there is a possibility for a 2v1 matchup.
It'll be very interesting. And with and also being part, there's actually a ranked option as well after party match, which is yay! Somewhere else I don't get high ranked.
Don't worry, you'll get low ranks, and everyone will see, and then you'll get embarrassed. I know that.
I'm an A minus in Splatoon, okay? I hope I can at least become A plus in Splatoon 2. Let's be honest, but. Rank.
Those Cocos. Well, top Cocos.
You don't even know. You don't even want to know my rank.
Yeah, you're C minus. You already told me. But hopefully the ranking system in ARMS is better than what it is in Splatoon, and you actually get compared to people of your similar skill level. That's what I'm hoping for, especially because that is a big problem with Splatoon. Especially when you're in like squad matches, you could be a squad of like B minuses, B pluses, and get matched up with S plus ranked people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the ranking system in Splatoon by itself is really bad based on how many points you get.
So please, ARMS, please fix that. Give Splatoon something to strive for.
And the only reason my rank is C minus is because I don't play a lot of ranks on Splatoon. I'm just a turf 4 fighter. That's all.
Hopefully we can see you more unranked on ARMS at the very least.
Yeah.
So, I know we're kind of moving through these little things a little fast, because what they don't really show us much to work with, and of course when we find out more, we'll discuss more about these later down the line. The next piece is local multiplayer. We're able to play new system for local multiplayer, which could infuse competitive scenes for ARMS.
Well, let's look at it from a Nintendo making money as fast as possible. They made Splatoon into somewhat of an esport, and they're trying to get as many games into the esport competitive scene as possible. So if it turns out that ARMS needs to be like a LAN 1v1, 2v2 teams or whatever, they will most likely try to put it as in the same position as Splatoon.
I can definitely see that.
I just kind of got something interesting with this. There's this selection where you can actually see the character select screen, and it appears that there will be more fighters from what I can tell about this with each size of the circle. It appears that there will be at least one more fighter from what I can tell from this.
Interesting.
What's the one from Grand Prix?
Maybe.
Because if you look at it, where the announcer guy is, he's perfectly covering up the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. So if Nintendo is trying to be very sneaky about it and hiding that secret unlockable character behind it, that's good job, Nintendo. Good job.
At least they tried. At least they tried. Now, we're at the final announcement of the ARMS Direct. Okay, and of course, we're gonna. TexasMan he gave the suggestion, suggested to me. I guess we can go ahead and cover it now. Is out of all the ARMS characters that we know of right now, excluding the boss from the Grand Prix, we don't know anything about him. What would you guys say is your favorite character or characters from the ARMS as of right now?
Min and Ninjara.
Okay, you have anything to explain as to why we understand about Min, and for those who haven't seen part 1, do you want to kind of reiterate on Ninjara a little bit?
I like that he's a fast, kind of quick character that seems like he can get a lot of hits in. And if equipped with the right arms, like say his stun arm, I feel like he could become a very powerful, threatening, arms user.
Alright. I can see where you come from on that. Shadster?
You can skip over me. I'm just gonna go through which characters there are, because there's so many.
Alright, TexasMan, do you have yours on as well? Or you need to refresh your memory?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard. All the fighters and arms are really great. I think my favorites probably have to be Ninjara, like Celebi, and definitely Bite and Bark. They really stood out to me in the direct here. Bite and Bark did. For Ninjara, again, just very fast. Can be evasive. He uses the smoke balls just to evade. And with Bite and Bark, very interesting duo kind of combo fighter. And I'm interested to see what kind of moves you can pull off with him.
Okay. Now, you go Shadster, or you only still need more time?
I got him.
Okay.
So I liked Mozzolina and Luma from Smash, so of course I would love to play as Bite and Bark, because the dual combos, that is just perfect. Because having distractions and not being able to take damage or whatever, and just sending in defense, it's like perfect. It's a good playstyle I like to play. I also like Twintel, also because of Bayonetta, but her design it's so much more unique in how she uses the hair instead of the actual arms, which is the name of the game. So yeah.
Okay. It definitely makes sense especially with Bayonetta now that I think about it, because Twintel uses hair, Bayonetta uses hair for most of her attacks. I definitely see the resemblance.
Now I'm very
fighters
curious
that use his
why. Sorry, Kimji.
Sorry, I was just say now we just need a fighter that uses feet.
Give it time. What were you want to say? What were you want to say, Celebi?
I am very curious because did she have some sort of genetic mutation that made her grow the arms mechanic on her hair, or did she use some kind of super hairspray or something to do that?
Maybe we'll find out more.
I think it may be more of a something similar to Mechanica. She's just regular, like a human type.
No. She's a pop star. Get it right.
And a pop star. And
Pop stars are not people.
Yeah, royalty.
so yeah, I'm just like that, kind of like Mechanica. Maybe using something so that she would be able to participate with all the other fighters that have the regular arms.
Before I go into say which ones I personally like, one thing I want to go and quickly mention is hopefully there's a way we can find out more about each character's background a little bit, at least a little bit in the arms, just to understand where they came from, and a little bit, just get a little bit more allure behind them. I know we got a little bit of that in the beginning. I just want to know a little bit more, like how did they start it out, and what kind of I want to know what background behind the characters themselves.
Kind of like the Sunken Scrolls in Splatoon.
That, and a little bit kind of have, if there's a possibility, have interactions with them like they did in Subspace Emissary from Brawl.
I do feel like this game will have a huge lore base, not as big as some other games, but a pretty decent one because of all the characters. Like I said back in part 1 of this, I do feel like after the Grand Prix, by completing it with a certain character, you will get a certain ending related to that character, whether it be what they are doing now or something from their past.
I can definitely see that. Now, I'm not gonna be the oddball here, not give my favorite characters, because
Yeah.
I want to say out of all the characters in the game, as of right now, the two that I can't really say two. The two I most personally prefer is Ninjara, like Celebi and TexasMan, and Springman. That's probably just my inner Mario speaking from Smash, but I just but I like the way those two fight. Like Ninjara is very quick on his feet. Springman's more of a basic fighter, which I played Ryu back in Street Fighter 5. I played Mario in Smash 4. I played the Octoshot replica in Splatoon, so I'm pretty much a basic guy. So I'm gonna go with the basic fighters. if it suits my playstyle. I can fit my place. I can change. I can use the character to fit my style, not have to bend my style to them.
Yeah, that would seem pretty new to ARMS, you know, not having to go out and just straight up main a character, know everything about the character. You now create your own character and, you know, have the powers of whatever you can do.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to know for that. That's for sure.
I just hope we don't end up with a Meta Knight situation again.
There's no.
Oh god.
Now we have. Now, is there anything else you want to bring up of the track before we go through the announcements?
I don't know how to rank them.
In party mode, I do feel like it will cost you some of those coins. Like I saw, each group had a certain amount of coins. I do feel like it will cost you coins to play the party mode, but during the party mode, it'll be sort of like a gamble. You put in so many coins, or you go and use coins, and whoever wins would gain those coins, possibly.
I will have to differ on that. I believe with the coin value on that, it's not that you put in the coins to win. It's if you win that match, that's how many coins you receive.
I didn't really think about that because of how large those coin values were. I believe I saw one that was like 74.
It's not.
That's kind of crazy.
It might be more so. It could work the way you said, or the way I just mentioned. But we don't know much. But from what I can tell, if it does work with how they distribute, you win those coins. It's probably based on how you perform in the match. If you perform well, you get a good payout. If you don't, you get a decent payout. Hopefully we can get more lore on that for much longer, so we can actually understand how the rank works, and for that matter, party match.
Yeah, if the rank turns out to be somewhat like Splatoon, where you get more you get less points from winning than actually losing, then it's not even worth playing rank in the first place. You can play it, get to the top, and then just stop playing in general.
Yeah, kind of like people would do a Pokemon tournament. You get to the top, and then you're done. Then no one's gonna challenge you up there anymore, because there's no one gonna fight their way up there and risk losing you.
Yeah.
That's how S+ people are in Splatoon too. Splatoon are as well. If you get the S+, you don't want to lose it, so you're very reluctant to go back on ranked.
Yeah, like with S+, you will either be on squads or PBs or in turf. You won't be going into solo.
Yeah, you're going into turf body noobs. Racking up those 20, 30 kills.
You need 30.
Some of us don't get that much. Just saying. Now, of course, we're about to finish with the ARMS portion, and of course, this announcer guy has apparently a few things we want us to know about. TexasMan alerted to this earlier, being the test punch is one thing, but as he does say, new fighters, new stages, and new arms are planned to be released as free updates coming up after the release. Which I'm happy that they're doing that instead of having to make us pay for it, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
And speaking of Test Punch, 5/26 tomorrow, 5/27 on Saturday, 5/28 Sunday, 6/2, 6/3, and 6/4. Of course, by the time you guys are seeing this, probably the 26th, 27th, and 28th have already passed. So I do apologize, but hope you guys are enjoying the test launch. I believe TexasMan's going to be helping us. He's going to be showcasing his skills on arms and that.
Yeah, if I can, I will.
You got 6 days. I think you got an opportunity.
I'm planning on immediately getting the money for the Switch tomorrow, and then immediately going to go buy it, because I really want to try the Global Test Punch.
Well, I do hope I mean, by all means, and heck, we can always talk about it after the fact, especially for you two, especially since you would have experience playing it. You guys can give your feedback from the game itself, since you guys have Switches and me and Celebi haven't switched yet.
Switch play number 9,000.
I wasn't trying to be a pun either. Okay, and speaking of puns, ARMS Global Test Punch. Come on, Nintendo. Come on.
Wow.
They're just taking it from Splatoon.
You're supposed to be having the pun book, ZG. It's your fault.
Hey, Latios is not here. It's not my fault. This is Nintendo's fault. They had the book this time.
There's one more thing that I want to bring up real quick, and is that it did. Oh crap! Oh crap! Whoa! 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 I just missed something. It was about the final boss.
Okay, what's up?
It was at the very end of the trailer.
Okay. No, let's go ahead and I'm gonna play forward that. Thank you for reminding me about that part.
Yeah, I saw one quick thing. We get a fairly clear image of what the final boss looks like.
We're gonna give me 1 second as I get this on the screen for everyone to see, so we don't aren't confused. Because I'm kind of confused at the moment until I see it.
Yeah, sorry. You get a quick view of the back a little bit earlier, and then there you go. You get one very clear shot.
Yeah, I think I saw that when I first saw the direct.
And it appears that I was right. It does look like Springman's father. Or brother, or something like that.
Yeah, he is more buffed out, and he has that type of hairstyle of Springman.
It's a very quick thing, but you can clearly see what he looks like, and the two very large arms that he has. Two that we have not seen before.
I should be able to get it on screen here momentarily as we're just
Yeah, I
going through
saw
a
it.
preview.
It's like at 1951. Yeah, timestamp.
Oh, and, well, hang on, there was actually something else that just popped up. Okay, 1949, that'll be one. Let's see. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I see the resemblance to Springman now.
Now there is one more interesting thing, that right before it cuts off to arms, there's something very interesting happens. I'm trying to get back to it now so I can get a somewhat clearer look at it,
Oh my lord.
but
I got it on
it
the screen
appears
right
that
now.
he goes,
Got like 6 arms.
yeah, it appears that he goes into some form of transformation. It seems very interesting, like it's either before the final boss phase or it's a second boss phase. That's my best guess about it.
Now,
Or you
that-
went complete Super Saiyan.
I don't know if it's Super Saiyan or what, but this is an interest. I already liked the boss just from the little preview we saw earlier, but this just takes it to a whole new level. I can guarantee though, in this fight, Shield is your best friend.
Truly is.
Well, it could be, because he can just hit you with 2 arms and then grab you with the other 2 arms and then do something else with the other 2 arms that he has on top of his head. If he actually gets a fighter though with 6 arms, oh my god, he's gonna be a technical character like, oh my god.
And now I don't feel like he will have all those 6 arms. I feel that is a fight exclusive when you're fighting him. Though during this, I'm pretty sure the character that we saw before is going to be the standard final boss. That appears to be him after he goes and has lost like half his health or something, or at some point just basically a phase 2 to the fight.
Makes sense. Because it seems whatever that thing was that's on his head came from the sky, so some sort of fusion thing just happened here.
Yeah, maybe it looks similar to maybe like the classic mode in Smash, where for the Master Hand and Crazy Hand, you can go up against some different forms.
Actually, here's a thought. You beat the normal boss, okay, and he's down for the count. You're about to walk away, and this thing from the sky comes down and takes over his body instead of transforming into him. It's a whole new boss fight altogether. It's just like you already beat the boss, but now you got to beat him again in a tougher, stronger state.
Yeah, I can see
That's a good
that
point.
thing in the sky is very suspicious.
Because it shows a clip of the face that's on him right now in the sky. So
Yeah, it looks the same.
I would definitely be interested to see how that cutscene looks when we actually get to it. That has gotten me even more hyped for this game, as if I wasn't hyped enough.
There's one thing that could be fairly interesting because of how ancient that looks. I'm gonna say it kind of looks like a mask. That's my best guess, but how ancient it looks. This is just a crazy theory, a crazy game theory. But,
I see you.
yeah, I have to say that one point during this is that the origin of the arms. that face thing, is that the original arms right there?
That's very interesting. That is very interesting. There's so much we can even. Heck, we can do a whole part just discussing this guy of himself. There's so much we can discuss. There's so many theories we can go about it. I want to know more. I want the game now. Nintendo, hook me up. Let's go. but all hindsight though, this is we already know potentially he's not gonna have those 6 arms when he battle in the fight. But I'm just hyped to see this fight actually in action. It looks so good.
And people say Nintendo's going to die.
I don't think they're anywhere close if they're coming with this stuff. Come on, Nintendo, keep it up. I want to see more.
For it.
And we don't even know for sure this is 100% actual final form either. We don't know if there's a third phase or not.
Please, Nintendo, do not pull a Final Fantasy, I beg of you.
It's Nintendo. Who knows what they have planned for us in ARMS? But we ain't got much longer to wait though. It's time. The release date's just around the corner. It's coming closer and closer.
Yeah. Basically,
It's just I think either just before or just after E3.
basically, yeah, it's actually the Friday after E3.
So maybe we'll find something out if E3 date. Do they have E3 just before it releases? Something final that we just wrapping everything up.
It depends.
But I don't.
If they're doing this direct already here and it's a month before E3, I don't know if they're gonna release too much about it since the game comes out right after E3. I mean, there's not much they could probably release except for maybe the last few characters or anything other.
The only thing I expected to release is the name of the final boss for sure, and maybe a little bit more lore like to the story. That's as much as I expected to release if there was anything else. But of course, if anything else comes up at E3 about Splatoon, or Splatoon ARMS or anything in general, we'll be covering that in a separate direct discussion, of course, in and of itself. Now, this is the end of the ARMS portion. Is there anything else at all? Anything over the entire ARMS portion you guys have not, if you guys want to talk about before we cut off?
Yes, I just want to mention that the second phase, as I'm going to call it for the final boss, for some reason, just reminds me of an Exploud. You just look at the one frame that I have paused at. It just reminds me of an Exploud so much, just bursting with tremendous energy. That's crazy.
Might be the same image I have on my screen where the whole burst of air and energy just blows around him.
Wait, yeah, that's exactly where I have it paused.
It's I don't know what else more I can say about it. It's I'm hyped for ARMS. Nintendo's already got me sold. Whatever else they show for until release is actually the cake. TexasMan, Shadster, is there anything else you guys want to say?
I'm just trying to look through the trailer one more time to see if I missed any important details.
By all means, take your time. We've actually, how long have we actually been recording for? How long now? An hour and a half. But that's all good because we go when direct discussions like this, we go in depth.
Yeah.
That's what we're here to do. Talk about everything, explore every little detail. Nintendo, you ain't hiding anything from us. We're gonna find it out eventually.
This is just me going over the iceberg. I can go so deep into this that we'd be here for the next several hours. Nintendo
direct discussion live stream coming to a stream near direct discussion coming to a live stream near you. Maybe.
Okay, so I think I got something.
Alright, what you got?
So it was like in the beginning of the direct, like the very beginning, where they were talking about how did they get all these arms or something. They might be incorporating some type of lore, like again trying to connect it back to Splatoon, where Splatoon has some massive lore and everyone's trying to crack it and whatever. So they're trying to figure out, like, I guess, trying to make some type of mystery of like where did the arms come from, and that could resort back to the math that you see from the somewhat final boss.
That actually makes a lot of sense, actually.
Time to go rewatch the first thing just to see if I can find that mask in the opening sequence.
I'm gonna do the same myself. It's very interesting that, especially if the lore is connected so deep into the final boss, it's like, that is so interesting. It makes you wonder just how much deeper does ARMS really go? How much deeper is this lore?
Pretty deep. I do say so.
And the fact of the matter is that the ARMS characters don't even remember getting the arms. Like Springman mentions, he just woke up and woke up with it. And he doesn't. He was freaked out at first, but he's like, now he enjoys having it. There's so much behind these characters that we just don't know. And if that boss has any connection to the lore, I'm all for it. And going through the I didn't see anything of the mask and the lore because they didn't show all the lore anyway.
After we have finished the direct discussions for this chunk, I will go back and play it in slow motion just to see if I can pick up anything from that leads to that mask. Because it just looks crazy, because it not only, like, it replaced all of his arms. Even the original two, those are no longer the same arms. They're like the other arms. So I'm very curious to see if this mask is in that. This only shows for about maybe a few frames. So maybe Nintendo hid that in the first opening sequence. So after this is over, I will go back and I will go find it. I will put my findings down in the comment section of this video if any of you are curious about it. Not to spoil anything though, so I will put a spoiler warning ahead of it.
One thing I will go ahead and mention that now this is wait. Try going to 29 seconds in and look towards the back of the room.
All right.
I don't know if I'm seeing things, but I swear I see some sort of mask.
Yeah, it is definitely some type of mask.
That's the only essence of a mask that I've seen in this entire first part. It's like right here. You guys can see on my screen because I'm actually circling with my mouse. It's like, what is that?
Like, it does have one eye of it or something, and it looks to have like 2 horns.
It's very interesting. Maybe it's just the angle that we're seeing it at, but there might be some relevance to that mask there. And maybe that's part of the mask that's shown at the end. Maybe that's just only a piece of it. And the only way he can take that transformation is if all the other parts are assembled.
That is a good theory, but one thing that just immediately reminds me of, it reminds that whole opening sequence, it goes between the original thing and Helix, how Helix was created. If you notice, it'll flash between the lab and it'll show some statues of older warrior mask things. So maybe this all has to do with masks. So I don't know if anybody here watches anime, but there is this anime called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure that has to do a lot with masks and making him become a lot more powerful through it.
It's so interesting. And the fact that actually one of the arms surfaces. So I'm sorry to cut you off, TexasMan, but it was actually one of the arms clips of a sketch actually showed a sketch of the arm actually being an actual head, like a mask. It's like old ancient drawing.
Yeah, I think it seems to be that they're trying to incorporate a lot of lore into the arms.
There's definitely so much more to the arms that we don't know about just yet, and the game is just around. Really, it's just around the corner. Hopefully, we might get more information before then, but I'm not expecting much. But either way, I'm hyped for the game. Are you guys?
Definitely.
I am very hyped for this.
Now, are you all? Now, I'm getting it. I know TexasMan is going to try out the test punch. Shadster's going to try out the test punch as well. What about you, Celebi? Are you planning on picking this game up?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick the game up. It's gonna be there's at least 3 games that I am definitely gonna pick up for the Switch. One is definitely gonna be Breath of the Wild, which I will probably use the. One thing I'm gonna try to do with all the entire Switch is that I know a lot of people complain about the motion controls and all that, but you have to give it a shot first. If you don't give it a fair shot, that's not right. So these are the 3 games that I will be doing the original controller with. The controller that the Switch comes with. I'll be doing Breath of the Wild. I'm definitely gonna get that. Mario Kart 8 and ARMS, because I feel like ARMS is a game that is designed for these new Nintendo Switch controllers. It is designed around it with the whole punching mechanism and everything with it.
Yeah.
I see that. I can definitely see that. I do believe that is about all that it shows for ARMS. Any final pieces of thoughts you guys have anything to say before we end this off?
Yeah.
Min Min is the best character.
Yeah, when I was going into this direct, I wasn't too keen on ARMS. But after seeing this direct, I'm 90% sure about this game. And once I try out the global test punch, I'm gonna make my decision of whether I would get. But from the looks of it now, I would most likely be getting it.
Okay. Shadster, anything else you'd like to say?
I was just going back through it, and I do love how they have different color schemes for the different characters, like how Ribbon Girl has a black and I think white texture, and instead of her regular red and white. So you do get some more customization in there as well. But I'm definitely going to be picking up ARMS.
I'm glad you brought it up, Shadster. That is one of the things that makes me happy, that you actually give you coloration difference, especially if you're fighting the Ditto.
Yeah. No mods today, boys.
I'm glad they brought that up. That's a very good point. But I don't think I have anything else to say about it myself, so I think that's going to wrap up the ARMS portion of this Nintendo Direct discussion. In the third part, and most likely the final part, we'll be covering the entirety of the Splatoon 2 trailer, so stay tuned for that. I want to thank Celebi, Shadster, and TexasMan, all 3 of you guys, for coming and joining me in this part of the Direct discussion. Of course, Damien as well. He decided to dip out earlier. Rip Damien. But yeah. Go ahead. I guess you guys go ahead and say any final words and say goodbye.
Bye.
I am still God.
Bye, everyone.
That's not saying bye,
We're not-
Shadster.
Okay, bye. I'm still God.
No, you're not.
Let me know in the comments, guys, if you guys believe even Shadster to God, or if he's just a fraud.
Or Shadster God.
Fraud God, Shadster God.
Oh God.
But again, thank you all so much for watching. In case you guys did enjoy this part of the discussion, hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, and we will all see you guys in part 3 later this week. Bye.
Call of Duty.